going and sitting with people that seem like they're all by themselves or new. And I would think it'd be really cool for us to start doing that in our schools, even though it's going to be really awkward at first because I'm probably the most antisocial person you'll ever meet. But I may even try to do it, so y'all should too. Well, tonight I'm going to be reading from Matthew chapter 6, verses 5 through 8. And it's about prayer. And when you pray, you must not be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in the synagogues at the street corners, that they may be seen by others. Truly I say to you, they have received their reward. But when you pray, go into your room and shut the door, and pray to your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. And when you pray, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. So tonight I'm going to be giving a sermon on prayer and how to notice when you level up in it, since that is the sermon series. Evidently, the American people believe in prayer. A recent poll has been taken by the National Opinion Research Center in Chicago and discovered these rather interesting facts. They discovered that 60% of the American people pray at least one time every day. They also discovered that 78% of the American people pray at least one time a week. They also found that only 1% of Americans say that they never pray. That's just crazy statistics. I mean, wouldn't it be better if maybe at least 99% pray once a day? Okay, whatever. Well, like I said, it'd be crazy if we could get it up to 99%. Oh, that's a big number. Or maybe 80, just like an increase. Come on, that's horrible. We see prayer as that little glass box on the wall that says break in case of emergency. It's a tool that we only use if we're in trouble or need help. It needs to be much, much, much more than that. It needs to be a tool that we can use in everyday life. A tool that we can use no matter the situation. If it's bad, good, small, big, helpful, hurtful. I mean, it doesn't matter. And when you pray, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Think of it as you're talking to your dad, or you're talking to your brother, or talking to your mom. It's just a conversation between you and God. And I cannot express to y'all how much He desires that. He desires it beyond your imagination. Because you may be the kind of person that only prays once a week, and He wants to hear you daily, hourly, just all day. Now, I know that may not be possible because you got school, you got football, band, whatever. But sometimes you just need to set that stuff aside and talk to Him. Tell Him how your day went. Tell Him the good things that happened to Him, the bad things that happened to Him, what you would like to improve on. Maybe you did bad on a test and you want to pray that you can study more. Have the time. That's all He wants. Sometimes difficult situations come up in life. You don't know what you want to be in life. You don't know if you're going to go to college. Don't know if you're going to be able to afford college. And that's when usually when I go to God is when it's in a life situation. I mean, I try to pray every night before I go to bed, but it's just a habit I haven't caught yet. And let's just go back to my life situation. Sophomore year, I knew my junior year was approaching, and that it's the most important year. You need to worry about your GPA, what college you're going to go to, your SAT, ACT scores, all that stuff was coming up. And I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I didn't know if I wanted to be a policeman, yeah, right, a corrosion technician, or what. I had no idea. So I was sitting in history class one day just praying. And I was praying so hard. I could have been on fire, and I wouldn't have even known because I was just praying so hard. But as I was praying, I heard this tiny little voice in the back of my head that said, "Senior pastor." And then it just kept on saying it, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm usually not very good at public speaking. I get nervous. But it just kept egging me on, "Senior pastor, senior pastor." I was like, you know what? I'll try. So I went to Pastor Steve, and went to Alan, and this is how I got stuck to doing this. Let me just say it's been the greatest opportunity ever. And I don't think I ever would have got here if I wouldn't have prayed for it. Because God listens, even though he may not respond instantly. Because in my lifetime, I've only had that one response from God ever, like that I heard before. Now, he responds in many different ways, like actions. Say you pray and you hope you make a good grade on this test tomorrow because you didn't study. Next day, you take the test and you vomit. Where you're like, why? I prayed to you, so why didn't you fix it? Why didn't you give me the knowledge to pass this test? He did that to show you that you need to take the time out of your day, take the time out of playing video games or football or hanging out with friends, to take the time and study. It may not seem good, but it works. And that's when the praying comes in. One advice that I can give to you is pray with persistence. Paul says prayer with persistence. First, we have to know what persistence is. The definition of persistence is firm or obstinate continuance in the course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. So what Paul is basically saying is that we need to pray no matter what. No matter the difficulty, no matter if you have something to do 10 minutes from now or a minute from now. Take the time to pray. It'll help immensely. Of the 10 times it is used in the New Testament, 4 of them have to do with being devoted to prayer. It is a very powerful word, and it's imperative or a command. In other words, persistence in prayer is not an option for the Christian, and is an order from the Lord himself. You would think we'd have to follow an order from the Lord himself. Now, to me, that's a hard thing to do. Not so much the difficulty of praying, but the continuously doing it. Because like I said, I'm trying to do it every night, but it's just something that I forget to do because I'm either busy playing video games or hanging out with my dad, hanging out with family, watching TV. Just all that stuff just getting in my way. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all have that too. And we just need to find a way to put that aside and just focus on praying for at least a minute. Because anything is good. Another advice is prayer opens our spiritual eyes. It enables us to get in touch with what God is doing and how he's doing it. In 2 Kings chapter 6, you may recall the story when the army of Israel was surrounded by their enemies and Elijah's servants got nervous. Verses 15 through 17 say, "Now when the attendant of the man of God had risen early and gone out, behold, an army with horses and chariots was circling the city. And his servant said to him, Alice, my master, what shall we do? So he answered, Do not fear, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them. Then Elijah prayed and said, O Lord, I pray, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the servant's eyes, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elijah." Prayer opens our eyes, enabling us to see what God is doing, to see things we are blinded to without prayer. That's because prayer is a communication. We speak to God. God answers us. Speaking to us, showing us. You may not notice your spiritual eye opening. I personally struggle with that. Like I said before, I've only heard his voice one time in my entire life. But I'm only 16, so I have plenty of time to hear it again. Praying is not always an instant thing. Like I said, it can take years, months, weeks for God to answer. It may not happen right away. It may. Here pretty recently, my great-grandma was sick. I mean, like, very sick. She never woke up from last night's sleep. She had barely no blood pressure. They had no idea how she was still alive. And this is my last living great-grandma. Well, there was nothing for my family to do but pray. So we prayed every day, every morning, every night, during lunch, dinner, everything. And we thought she wasn't going to make it, that she was done for. Well, my family went down there last weekend to see her before she went. I couldn't go because I had church and other things to do. And the day before they left, as they were about to leave the nursing home, she woke up. She started eating and drinking again. She could talk. It was just amazing. And she has, Parkinson's, and some other one where her memory's all messed up. She remembered her daughter, my mom, my little sister. And she's only met my little sister one time when she was 3 months old. I mean, it was insane. If that doesn't prove what God can do, I don't know what can. And what prayer can do is just insane. I want to end this by saying prayer enables us to move forward. Prayer engages God, enables God's people, and enlarges his kingdom. Jesus said, without me, you can do nothing. Once we have prayed, we have already to do anything. Until we have prayed, we can do nothing. But once we have prayed, we can accomplish anything. What does the prayer life look like? Are you a persistent prayer? Are your prayers passionate, or are they perfunctory? Whatever that word is. Are they filled with intensity and fever, or are they weak, timid and lacking faith? What about gratitude? How much time have you spent thanking God for all he has done for you? And who are you praying for? Is there anyone in your life that you are praying will get saved? Is there a burden on your heart to see God's kingdom expand? To see his will be done? If not, I challenge you to start making your prayers more like that. Think of others, not just yourself. Pray for the weak and the poor. Pray for the strong and the wealthy. Even pray for the non-believers and the haters. That may be all they need, is somebody to pray over them and to keep them alive.
Pray us out. Pray us out.
Okay. Please bow your head. Dear Lord, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for all the people coming here tonight just to hear little old me do this. Lord, I would like to thank you for all the opportunities you have given me. Thank you for giving me Pastor Steve in my life. Thank you for giving me Alan in my life. Thank you for giving me everybody that's in this room in my life. Because even though I may not express it or show it, these people mean so much to me. For the support, the laughs, the hates, the tears, they've all been there for me. Now I would just like to thank you. Thank you for sending your only Son to die on the cross for us and giving us the power to pray, to speak to you directly. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.